How's it going, peeps? Welcome back to Viva la Coin. I am Joe. I will be your host for today's episode as we do a deep dive on Chainlink, the world-leading Oracle cryptocurrency and top 10 big cap coin. And ultimately, I've been waiting a little bit to make this video as they have been much more stable than many cryptocurrencies, and I felt as though we weren't going to miss out on any big movement for them, but that does not take away from how valuable they are to the cryptocurrency space. So as we dive into this, if you find it valuable or if you found any of our previous videos valuable, please hit like on the video, comment down below if you have any questions, and share this with anyone in your life that may benefit from it, and subscribe. You know, I'm trying 100 subscribers before I repeat a Hawaiian, and I am at the bottom of the barrel. I have dug through my closets and I'm getting down to the last couple, but we're only a few subscribers away, and I believe that we're gonna be able to do it. So I really appreciate all of your support, everyone that's been with us so far. And let's go ahead and jump into the content. So Chainlink is, if you look at the overall crypto space, one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies with a market cap of $12 billion. And you can see, even with Bitcoin Cash having fallen out of the top 10, you know my thoughts on them. We cover them in the video. But they have a $3 billion gap between the 11 and 12, or the 11 and 10 spot. So we're still up there with the largest cryptocurrencies, and I've covered most of them up top, minus XRP, which I will be doing a separate video on since they have a bunch of legal stuff going on with the SEC that's still underway and developing. But what is Chainlink? Why are they so valuable? What do they do? So right now, Chainlink is sitting slightly under $30. And at its absolute peak, we were actually up to about $36 and change. Not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago, they have a hard cap supply of 1 billion Chainlink tokens, of which 414 million are currently circulating in the supply, so about 41%. So when we look at the overall chart of how they've done so far over the past year since last summer, we are up significantly. Chainlink was one of the biggest stories of 2020 and had an absolute massive run up from where they were at. Let's go ahead and look at from the start of 2020. They were around $2. I actually know a couple people that bought them around $1, $2. I didn't, but it is a long way to the top, up to $30, and I believe that they have a lot of room to run. And there are a couple reasons why they're still sitting at $30 and they haven't gone parabolic, such as Cardano or some of these other tokens that have shot through the roof. But you're going to see how broad their application is and where their inherent value lies. Now, just on CoinMarketCap, we're going to take a quick look at what Chainlink is, but I'm going to dive into their website and talk a little bit more in depth about it. So Chainlink, or oftentimes known as Link, and their fan base on Twitter is the Link Marines. It's a whole thing. There's a bunch of people that support this, but they're a decentralized Oracle network which aims to connect smart contracts with data from the real world. Chainlink was developed by Sergey Narazov, and Steve Ellis is the other co-founder. They originally ICO'd, or did their initial coin offering, back in September 2017, but they really started getting a lot of traction recently, starting in 2020. Now, the question is, I mentioned that they're the leading oracle in crypto right now, but what are oracles? So Chainlink is a platform that aims to bridge the gap between blockchain technology-based smart contracts made widespread by Ethereum, which we now know there are multiple other big crypto networks that are doing this, and real-world applications. So connect these smart contract platforms to the real world and the data that we currently have in centralized finance and centralized business. Since blockchains cannot access data outside of their network, oracles are a needed function as data feeds in smart contracts. In Chainlink's case, the oracles are connected to the Ethereum network. Oracles provide external data, temperature, weather, etc., that trigger smart contract executions upon fulfillment of predefined conditions. So it's more or less, it's just collecting information in order to help the smart contracts execute things when the time comes for them to execute them. Now, when we look at their actual website, I'm going to give more of a visual, not so much just read paragraphs first, but I want you to see what it actually looks like that they do. And they have a really cool graphic here, but I'm going to read this first. So universally connected smart contracts is their goal. So Chainlink connects smart contracts on any blockchain to data providers, web APIs, enterprise systems, cloud services, IoT devices, payment systems, and other blockchains, and much more. And I'm going to show you in a moment all their different partnerships, and they have a couple listed here. But let's go ahead and look at this graphic. So this shows Chainlink in its function on either side of whatever blockchain they're currently interacting with. Now, you have two different sides of this. So you have real world data that will need to be able to get onto the blockchains in order for them to execute whatever smart contracts you're paying them to execute, or data needs to get off of blockchain securely to external drives or data centers or businesses, wherever it needs to get to. And in traveling from the real world onto blockchains or from blockchains back into the real world, you navigate an obstacle of risks, whether that is data loss, hacks, different people trying to break in and manipulate data, a lot of theft. When you see blockchains that come out, there was just one that was hacked, or it was a rug pull and they lost everything. You had Paid Network, which is a smaller crypto that deals with finance. They just recently got hacked for millions of dollars. And most of those cryptos that are hacked, they don't use Chainlink as their oracle to transfer data back and forth, and it leaves a bunch of holes in their system. Well, people learned very quickly that if you want to secure your network and how it communicates with other blockchains or external partners, you need someone like Chainlink in order to secure those connections. So all of that information flows through Chainlink. So smart contracts are inherently disconnected. Blockchains are highly secure and reliable networks for value exchange, but lack functionality to navigate or to natively fetch external data or send data off-chain to systems in a manner that retains end-to-end tamper resistance. Chainlink connects smart contracts to the real world. Through the use of secure oracles, Chainlink extends the functionality of blockchains by connecting smart contracts to real-world data, events, payments, and more in a highly tamper-resistant and reliable manner. And they actually are having a hackathon currently where people actually try and break into their networks or break into different APIs that they build in order to make sure that they are secure as possible. And you're actually rewarded if you succeed in breaking something. So they take security very, very seriously, and I think that it's necessary when you have ecosystems with billions upon billions of dollars moving through those different networks. Now, let me see. There was another page I wanted to share. So when we look at access to rapidly growing blockchain economies. So Chainlink's Oracle network enables you to easily connect your existing APIs to smart contract applications on any blockchain and capitalize on the demand for data in high growth blockchain business sectors such as decentralized finance, insurance, gaming, and numerous other industries. And you can see, again, all of this data from these different companies or APIs or whoever are providing in the real world flowing into the applications so that they can execute their smart contracts. So what are some of the benefits of using Chainlink? You can unlock new streams of revenue. Chainlink is the most widely used blockchain oracle for data monetization opportunities, offering a large and growing market of data-driven applications while minimizing development costs. You can sell to apps on any blockchain. Chainlink nodes are natively blockchain agnostic, creating a universal gateway for your business to sell data to applications on any blockchain network simultaneously. So it really makes that interoperability of these different blockchains so much more functional than if they were just plugging into each other with no real secure way to transfer their data. It's like going into, I would say, someplace without your security guards. You wind up putting yourself at risk because you're not protected. Same thing with this data. If you don't have a good oracle or secure way to send it, you are putting not only that data at risk, but in Paid Network's case, that other crypto that I mentioned that wound up getting hacked, they got into their whole system and stole millions of dollars and screwed up everyone's crypto that was invested in them. So it can snowball very quickly. You can offer users hyper-reliable data. Chainlink nodes cryptographically sign every piece of data transferred between systems, providing on-chain proof that your data came straight from the source. And just like I said, most things in crypto are very, very public. So although your personal identity and things like that aren't available, right, you still want to be able to verify what wallet addresses things are going to and where things came from. And when you're pulling in data from the outside world, they're not always coming from just wallet addresses. So you want to make sure that that data that you're pulling in, you want to know where it's coming from and be able to verify that. So it's not coming from some site that it's claiming to be, but it isn't. And you can leverage proven infrastructure. So Chainlink's rigorously audited open source software secures billions of dollars for in-product applications and has remained reliable in the face of outages, exploits, and other market anomalies. And they've been war-torn and battle-tested through the course of the years that they've been used. And they really established themselves as the winner in this space. Unlike the networks where Ethereum's slowing down, Cardano's pumping up, Polkadot's new to the space, and it's kind of like, I wonder who's going to win. Well, when it comes to oracles, Chainlink won. And I believe that this is one that might not pump as parabolically as some of the altcoins that I cover in my altcoin video series, especially the ones from Uniswap. And it might not go 500x in the short term, but if you are looking for a secure project that is tested, that is secure, that is highly integrated with many, many different projects, and they're going to continue to grow, Chainlink is about the best bet that you can make. And then it tells you just how to get started with them. Now, one thing I wanted to show was I want to talk about all the partnerships and places that they help secure their network when they're moving data from these outside sources onto these blockchains. And first, let's just look at the enterprise world, not even blockchains. They partner with Google. They help Oracle. They work with Intel. These aren't small companies that are some, ghost shell companies on the internet like you hear people in the fucking government say, oh, cryptocurrency is only used for selling drugs and destroying people. No, they're partnered with fucking Google and Intel. So they already have massive partnerships in the real world. And when you look at all their partnerships, they have over 440 companies that they partner with to secure their blockchains. And it's everything from actual blockchain technology to, let's point out a couple good ones. So data providers. So you have exchanges like Kraken or even bigger, Binance, that they help secure their data and move those things through to make sure that those exchanges are protected. You have massive partnerships throughout the DeFi space as those projects were getting hacked and people were having everything break down. The last thing anyone wanted to do was be added to the list of projects that fell through. So Paxos is a big one. Unilayer, I own some of them. Let's see, Crypto.com, top 20 cryptocurrency right there that uses Chainlink. Near Protocol is massive, Kyber Swap and Kyber Network. And it just goes on and on. Aave, that I'm really big on. Troy, I actually just purchased some of them. 1inch, that massive DeFi exchange aggregator. I could just list out so many projects that use them in the DeFi space alone. You have different people in, let's say, gaming. And I covered some of those on the channel about NFTs. But all these new gaming coins that are coming up, they want to make sure that they're not stopped in their tracks and have everything explode in their face because they didn't use a reliable Oracle system. You have different payment networks that use them as well as Huobi, that is a massive, it's one of the largest exchanges in the world, and Swipe Wallet, which is a big up and coming project. They want to use them. You have different node operators that, including Kraken's nodes, that actually run their system that they use. Red Fox Labs, which is a big up and coming gaming company, and I believe they're listed under sports, but Chili's, I mentioned, one of the biggest NFT cryptocurrencies in the space right now, and the second highest run up over the last 90 days of any crypto, they use Chainlink. And I could go on and on and on, but I think that all those partnerships speak for themselves. And speaking of partnerships, BlockFi, they only offer a couple different cryptocurrencies right now that you can stake and that you can add to your portfolio. And guess what? Chainlink was just added like a week and a half ago. So if I stake Chainlink, I make a certain percentage worth of Chainlink on that staking. So let's even say that I stake 100 Chainlink, or let's even move it down to 10, because that's a little bit more realistic. And let's just say I stake it for 1 year. So I'm making, just on a 10 Chainlink, an additional half a Chainlink, or $16 just for the staking of $300 worth of Chainlink. That is $16 on $300. That's leaps and bounds what you would get leaving it in any traditional centralized savings account. And as that goes, it continues to compound, because as you earn that Chainlink, it's added to your overall total, and then you're making interest on that as well. And over the course of 10 years, even having 10 Chainlink, you would make an additional $211.17 in Chainlink. Now that's assuming that Chainlink doesn't go up in price, because as Chainlink continues to rise in price, that's going to affect the amount that you earn as well. So you're making money in two different regards. You have the appreciation of the Chainlink cost, and you have the additional APY you're getting from BlockFi. And if you go to their website, you can actually see the different percentages of what you earn when you stake things. And Chainlink is right now 5.5% that you make back APY. Now, I will leave my link down below for my BlockFi referral link. If you use that, you can get in here and stake your different cryptocurrency. And if you watch my video talking about bank accounts and BlockFi, you can even stake US dollar coins. Just simple stable coins, and make 8.6 APY compared to your 0.24% in your current savings account. So about 35.8 times more than what you're currently making by doing nothing, just by keeping it somewhere else. So all exciting stuff. And ultimately, I do not hold a big bag of Chainlink right now, just because it ties up a lot of funds, and I don't expect them to go parabolic or to shoot through the moon up to $300 or something like that. Like some of these other cryptocurrencies will 10, 20, 50x, especially the smaller cap altcoins. They're already at $12 billion. We need a lot more movement for Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the bigger caps to continue to move them upward. However, I do hold some, and I will continue to buy more as we get towards the end of the bull run with my profits, stake them in BlockFi, make additional APY, and then hold them into this next bull run from 2022 into 2025, where I believe they will see the biggest return that they're going to see over the next 5 years, because they've already had the majority of that big pump early in 2020. But I want to start to prepare myself for what comes next. So I'll definitely be buying some back towards the end of the bull run, or maybe after, when everything is down in a dip. And I really am excited about their project. So if you had any questions about Chainlink that I didn't cover, didn't answer, leave them down in the comments below. I'm happy to respond or to answer anything that you have. Again, share this video, help us get to 100 subscribers before a new Hawaiian or a repeat. And ultimately, I am honored that you joined us on this episode of Viva la Coin, and I will catch you guys next time.